Well, the Devils made a trade during the deadline, and those pieces have played their first game, at least one of them. Cody Glass comes over from the Pittsburgh Penguins, and another guy to pack his bags alongside him was forward Jonathan Gruden, who it seemed like they planned to go down to Utica. And that was in exchange for forward Chase Stillman, onside prospect Max Graham, and a third-round pick in the 27 NHL draft. Glass would come in with 4 goals and 11 assists in 51 games for the Pens, and is an RFA in the last of his 2-year deal, getting $5 million a year, and he will be a restricted free agent, so basically a rental. He comes in after being a 6th-round pick for the Golden Knights, 86 points in 238 games for the Golden Knights, Preds, and Pens, and has even seen time in some Stanley Cup playoff games. Gruden comes in as a defenseman who had 13 points in 42 games down at Wilkes-Barre Scranton, and one goal in the last 13 for Pittsburgh last season. Now, they move it for a 3rd-round pick in 2027, so in a couple years, for an unsigned prospect in Max Graham, who right now I don't necessarily know where he is, even though I'm very familiar with most of that prospect pool. Max Graham is not one I'm familiar with. Right now, he is in the WHL with the Kelowna Rockets, putting up 35 points, 13 goals, 22 assists in 34 games. And so he will probably be in the A soon, right? And then the last one to come over, and kind of a shocker in this trade, because we didn't think that this man was going to get moved, even if he was a, what do I want to call him? Not living up to expectations, and that is Chase Stillman. Stillman had only put up 3 goals in 6 games, 3 goals, 6 assists in 46 games this season, after seeing a little bit of time during some playoffs in Utica, after being in other leagues. He comes in last year and this year putting up a total of 33 points in over 100 games, actually 100 dead-on games in the AHL. So he definitely did not live up to the expectation that was set on him, because he was a first-round pick, 29th overall in the 2021 draft. Everyone expected him to come in and fill the hole that Holtz kind of left. Stillman did not. So in this move, the Devils get a piece in Glass with Hughes out to kind of help fill in that spot. Gruden can go down to Utica, and Glass actually scored in his first game in New Jersey. And on the other side, Stillman goes to be a AHL prospect that Pittsburgh may hope they can get the best out of in a new place. Graham is obviously an unsigned prospect who is doing pretty well for himself, averaging around a point per game in the W, and a 3rd-round pick, which you never know what it could be. So that's kind of that deal right there. Just an easy, small little deal. New Jersey gets an NHL and an AHL guy, and Pittsburgh gets a project, potentially scratch forward NHL guy, an unsigned, and a draft pick.